Okay, we are here for the series finale of both this podcast and the title of episode 9 of WandaVision. I'm Paul, and with me is Hank.
Hello, hi, I'm Hank.
Hi, we're here. The end episode, the finale. Literally in the title, the series finale.
True.
I'm going to go ahead and just start this off on a negative note. I thought this was a bad episode for a few reasons. I'm just going to throw that out there, and then we'll talk in general, or we'll talk specifics. Okay.
I thought it was fine. I'm not like over the moon about it, but I had already come to terms with that this was what I expected from the finale, so it's like,
sure,
fine.
Like, we'll get into specifics. I guess I'll say the reason why it's a bummer is because it's standard, no frills MCU bullshit as usual.
That is what it is.
That's what it is.
That's what I was ready for. So,
okay, fair enough. Agatha had the kids by the neck basically, and her weird little strings or whatever at the end of the last episode. Mm-hmm. She's like, "You're the Scarlet Witch," there, and that's kind of where we started off here. Okay, a bunch of stuff happens here. Basically, it picks up right from where we left off with her kind of goading her into helping save the kids, and the reason being is Agatha steals magic or powers essentially, and obviously she's goading her into using her magic so that she can suck her dry like a battery, and that's like what we were talking about. That was happening all along. That's nothing new. So, but it's very explicitly told now that that's what she does and that's what she's trying to do. So everybody's on the same page now. She gets interrupted by fake vision, right? There's two visions. The vision that's not completely real is who she gets. Good vision? I don't know what you want to call them.
There's dad technically vision and there's white vision.
Literally, it's WandaVision. That is what the name of the show is about. True. Is WandaVision, Wanda's vision. Okay, she gets interrupted. Okay, I'm just trying to remember which vision it is. Is this the sword vision or the real vision? Because they both come into play here and then start fighting each other. So that's why I'm confused, even though I just watched it a little bit ago.
White vision shows up first, and then he starts squeezing her skull.
That's right. Okay. Fake vision then shows up, and then WandaVision shows up to fight him because the MCU can't do anything good. They always have to have witch versus witch and literally vision versus vision. They don't know how to do different powers.
I don't know why Marvel movies always come down to, not always, so often come down to character with the same power. I don't understand it, but they can't escape.
They can't do it. Yeah, they can't do it. That was the first thing that I was just like, they're really doing this fucking garbage again. Okay. Yeah. That's my first, as
soon as I saw that other vision, I knew this is where we were going. There was no escape.
The visions fly off, and Agatha and Wanda are fighting each other while the kids run away, basically, into the house, right? She sends them to their room. She literally says, go to your rooms. So, fight ensues. Monica is captured by Pietro, who we find out is actually Ralph Boner, is his name.
It was all a dick joke the whole time.
It was all a dick joke. That's the Ralph that she kept referring to, Agnes kept referring to as her husband, because she's been squatting in his house and kind of put him away into the man cave or whatever, which is the attic or his room or something. Mm-hmm. And that's kind of just where he's been living this whole time. Because he's wearing a magical hemp necklace or something that she gave to him to keep him under control. She just fucking rips it off him, and that's that. He is literally never been a alternate universe Pietro. Nope. He's never been anybody. He's been Ralph Boner. That's Ralph been controlled.
Boner. It does really make, like, Quicksilver's powers seem bad when these witches can just, like, create those powers. You just give them to somebody.
Yeah, it makes you wonder if he was even ever really fast, or if that was just, like, everybody saw him as really fast because of the witch powers.
Yeah, if it's fucking Agatha, it should just be it has to just be an illusion, right? Except,
yep.
When he, like, hits Monica back, like, with force, it just doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, it's a big lie for sure.
Yeah.
We figured this out, not like you and me. I just mean everybody.
Yeah.
Figured this out when she referred to him as Pietro or fake Pietro or whatever. Yeah. So, like, he wasn't ever anything important. So there goes all the fan theories about that. Sorry, guys, I guess.
Yeah, Reddit took a big L on this episode.
Oh, yeah. I think everybody who wanted anything that wasn't just MCU schlock took a big L, unfortunately.
Not wrong.
Wanda's losing control of the barrier because she's losing control of her life, essentially, and fighting another witch at the same time. It's pretty stressful. And as that's happening, Vision and her kids run to town, or the town center where the fight has moved. And they're all just, like, being ripped apart by her waning power, essentially, since they're created from her. So they begin to disintegrate, and Wanda forces everything. She was holding, like, up a barrier or whatever. She forces that down so she can concentrate or keep the hex up or whatever. But more importantly, go into Agatha's mind or something.
Yeah.
Like, there's a weird Salem witch trial moment where they go back into her memory of that we saw 2 episodes ago or whatever. Maybe it was last episode. It's kind of a blur now, where we find out that, like, she was being tried by other witches of the coven, and she kind of sucked their powers dry, including her mother, and killed them. And the husks of those memories or people or whatever come back up and start, like, chanting about the Scarlet Witch because she's there now in this memory. It's weird witch bullshit, basically.
Yeah.
It doesn't really make sense, but nothing here does, so it's fine. This is one of the cooler parts. This is one of the parts I was in on. I really liked this, like, weird alternate dimension, like, memory, and, like, the memories turning on her and or whatever. I thought that was cool. Like, the witch bullshit is the stuff I actually liked a lot in this episode, and there was some of it. So it wasn't totally a bummer. It was just mostly a bummer for me. There's some cool shit in here, for sure. This was one of them. And it just kind of ends up with, like, them both escaping or whatever by her kind of blowing up the memory or something. Like, I don't really know what happened there, because I don't know if that's, like, an alternate dimension or actually in Agatha's mind or what the moment is, but it breaks the spell, I guess we'll call it, breaks. Agatha is going to kill Vision and forces Wanda to give up her power to her, essentially, is the thing. Like, she wants her to feed her the Scarlet Witch energy, and she said that obviously Vision's going to die, the kids are going to die, but she can fix her like shitty spell that she doesn't know how to control, essentially, because at the end of the day, all of this was still stemming from her just wild magic and her not being able to control it or really know where it started from. And she's kind of saying, like, I'm an actual witch. I can actually, like, help fix a situation. Yeah. All you have to do is give me all of your power, is, like, kind of the trade-off. Yeah. And she kind of starts doing it.
She's like, but but then she just starts, like, hitting her, which is, like, the thing which is like the equivalent of giving her power to Agatha.
Yeah.
It's weird.
While this is all happening too, because the powers are waning, this is when dumb bullshit asshole army guy decides to come in with tanks or, well, his like Humvees and army dudes to like kill everybody or something. I don't know what the fuck they think they're going to do.
Yeah, I don't know what Hayward's plan is. I don't.
Hayward, yeah. Yeah, I don't know what his plan is, but
it's apparently to shoot 2 children.
Yeah, I did find it funny, like, after all of this, the Visions go back to fighting, and she's like, you kids, you deal with the army or whatever, because she's gonna, like, fight the witch. And they do, because they're kids with powers, so whatever. As we'll find out later, they're actually just parts of her. Everything is just parts of her, essentially. Yeah. So whatever. Oh, also Hayward gets smoked by Darcy in a van.
Who then like disappears from the episode.
And yep, that's the one thing she does. She smokes him in the van.
Edited out of the show.
Yep. Okay. The Visions fight. There's the whole thing about Theseus's ship. I'm not going to go into it because everybody knows this fucking allegory or this theory. They decided to take a full 5 minutes to explain it for people who might not know. So good for them, I guess. But basically they come to the decision that the real Vision is the white Vision still, because you can't delete memories out of like the most impenetrable bullshit on Earth, blah, 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 whatever. And fake Vision gives some of his Mind Stone powers to like unlock other Visions, like memory circuits or something. And he's like, I have some thinking to do or some bullshit, and he leaves. And that's it. Don't know what happened to him. He left. So he's gone.
Peace.
He just flies off. It's really weird because he's like, my prime directive is to destroy the Vision or whatever. And then he's like, but I'm not really the Vision. And then he stops and is like, explain. And then they have a conversation. It's really fucking weird. But whatever. I mean, he is a computer. I'm sure, like, if something's not processing, he would have the need to know or have knowledge or whatever. So, whatever. Who cares? He flies away. There's no real fight.
Yeah.
There. They kind of, like, go not invincible, but, like, they, like, go translucent every now and then to like dodge punches and Vision Mind Stone lasers and shit.
Yeah,
and that's okay.
I don't understand how White Vision can do like his head glass thing. He doesn't have the Mind Stone.
Right. Yeah, no, I don't understand a lot of how any of that stuff works, but like, I kind of don't care.
I'm more bummed. Not wrong. It doesn't matter.
I'm more bummed out that they didn't even take the easy way out of like combining like Wanda's Mind Stone Vision into that body to make a real Vision. They literally just say, you are the real Vision. Here's like a patch update to your brain. Yeah. And then he leaves. Like, it's really lazy. But whatever. Who cares? This never was about Vision, honestly.
The fact that Vision just fucking totally bounces is fucking wild.
It's really weird. He just flies away. He literally just flies away. Crazy, man. Holy shit, crazy. But he has his memories now. Yeah. So cool. That whole part is neat from the writing of how he is becoming the Vision again. Theoretically, those memories though would draw him back to Wanda, so I don't really know why he left.
Yup. There you go.
So yeah, that's the thing, right? Is that I don't understand why he left. I guess maybe it was just too much. Or maybe it's because he was programmed for a prime directive, and maybe there's a weird paradoxical thing going on in his brain that needs to be rectified somehow. What I'm saying is maybe he goes to kill himself because he's the Vision and he must terminate the Vision.
He decided to go backpacking in Europe. You need to go find himself.
Oh yeah, he find himself. Yeah, exactly. Oh, okay. So he bounces. Wanda is transferring her magic, as we said, by throwing scarlet chaos magic balls at Agatha.
Yeah, it makes her surprise hands dark. Mm-hmm. Like she's getting old or whatever.
Like really bad frostbite or something. Yeah. Like that type of there's no living blood in this organ anymore sort of thing. Yeah. And her face is getting withered and she's getting old or whatever. And then Agatha's like, haha, you fool. I have all the magic now. And then a whole bunch of runes are everywhere. And she's like, only the witch that controls the runes or whatever can cast spell there. Whatever. It's a
she did the thing.
It's a bamboozle.
That Agatha
it's
did.
A bamboozle.
Yeah.
Yep.
She learned.
She put runes all over the hex. So that whole area.
She knows what a rune that's useful is, but
totally.
Whatever.
I guess it doesn't matter. So okay, the runes around her protect her. She strips Agatha of all of her powers. And then she's like, you're just going to be the role that you chose as a nosy neighbor. And she becomes Agnes forever.
That's... Oh, man. I actually love that because...
It's a good ending.
I actually think one of the poor things that Marvel movies often do is they just kill the villains off. So they're
this is way worse.
Community, but this is a nightmare ending for that character. Holy shit.
This is literally... Superman throwing the S and trapping them in another dimension.
Yeah.
It's really fucked up actually. And then she just is Agnes as we knew her. There's no more Agatha there for whatever reason. Oh, I guess I should say this whole time she becomes the Scarlet Witch. We actually get the weird costume,
of the fight,
and
she's
then
fighting in a hoodie. And then she gets a costume.
And then she gets a costume.
But
she gets the actual Scarlet Witch costume.
Muted dark red.
It's new. It's new Scarlet Witch.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
She gets a head thing.
Yeah. It's actually the Vision that we saw, no pun intended, from when she was talking about her time in the Hydra facility. And then she saw the Scarlet Witch from the silhouette or whatever. It's her at this point.
Stone for the first time.
Yeah. They go home because Wanda's collapsing the barrier. She tucks her sons into the bed and says, "Thank you for letting me, for choosing me to be your mother." And then her and her Vision, which is why this show again is called WandaVision. Everybody get it? Because we find out that Vision is actually part of the Mind Stone within her. So it's WandaVision. That's him.
Oh.
Yep. And then he says a whole bunch of stuff, and she says a bunch of stuff how that he's her part that loves or whatever, blah blah blah. Okay, a whole bunch of dumb bullshit.
I like that her dumb, treacly bullshit starts with her just saying, "You're the part of the Mind Stone that's in me."
Yeah,
it's the super dumb exposition dump, but then into bullshit.
It's a really well acted, sweet part, but it was totally only in here to make women cry. like nothing in here matters at all. And that's fine. You need that sometimes, a little bit of like romantic drama or whatever. None of it meant anything to me because the real Vision exists. So
yeah.
So whatever.
The fact that this Vision is fake and now like completely just doesn't exist anymore. Like, okay.
Her losing like the sons was way more heart-wrenching, and that was just like a 2-sentence goodbye.
Yeah, it's weird.
That's actually that one was way harder.
And then don't.
Yeah, I don't know.
Too hard.
It's just weird.
They couldn't do it. Just like, we're just gonna close this door while you're about to cease to exist.
Yeah, it's super.
But that's
weird.
Because those characters will come back or something. But this Vision won't.
Totally. Okay, so it's basically like if you think of a battle royale with like the circle collapsing, that's what's happening here.
Yes.
And everything's turning back to like shitty New Jersey instead of like her perfect Westview, New Jersey.
It was Fortnite the whole time.
It was Fortnite the whole time, which makes sense because like every character is in Fortnite.
Yeah.
So, yeah. I'm actually surprised that these characters aren't yet. Or are they? I don't actually remember.
All of last year was
be.
Marvel shit in Fortnite. Like, Fortnite was like a whole Marvel thing.
Yeah, I mean, they just added more Marvel stuff like last week, though.
Yeah.
Oh, no, they added Aliens last week. Never mind.
Yeah. I don't know who's not in Fortnite. I know Venom's in Fortnite.
Yeah.
Is really all that matters.
Yeah, true. Also Wolverine. Also the Mandalorian. Anyways, it was Fortnite all along. And after they say goodbye, like the circle has fully collapsed and everything is back to normal, including the house doesn't exist, the kids don't exist, Vision is gone.
Literally
She's kind of
exactly
standing there
where
in a
she
hoodie.
was at the start of this story.
Yep, exactly the same spot. She starts walking through the city, and all the townsfolk are looking at her like they're going to hang her, like witch trials, because, you know, they were kind of under her spell. And also, I didn't mention this part. There's a part in the thing where Agatha releases all of them from the spell for a moment, and like they're like pleading to be let go or to be murdered or whatever, and she has a breakdown, and they all start choking on Scarlet Power because she is crazy and powerful. I can't control it.
Kitty from that 70s show gets to say, if you won't let us go, just kill us.
Kill us. Yeah, I thought that was really weird too. It felt weird, her saying that. Yep. Also, that part like wasn't important, so I didn't bother bringing it up, but it's just flavor. They hate her, obviously.
I mean, they should.
Oh, also, Monica got shot through, saving the kids.
Yeah.
But, like, nothing came of that. They just said, she said, I like your powers to the kid, and he said, I like yours too. And that's all they mentioned about that. Nothing else.
Yep.
Monica's there, and she's like, hey, Wanda. She's like, hi, you don't hate me? She's like, no, man. And she's like, okay, cool. And then they leave. Like, there's nothing.
There's nothing.
there.
Yep.
There's nothing there.
There's a thing I would say about this whole show. There's no there.
Yeah. Yeah. Like, okay. I'm reading, I have like the series finale thing on Wikipedia here, just for like the plot, just to like get all the plot stuff in order correct. It says here, after making peace with Monica, there's not really peace made. Monica says, if I had your powers, I would bring back my mother, and Wanda's like, cool, see ya. And like, it's really weird. Wanda leaves.
There was no peace to be made. Monica was not mad at her. She's the one person.
Nope. She did apologize, though, Wanda. She apologized for everything.
To one person.
To Monica,
who also wasn't mad at her.
Yep. People that aren't mad at you are the easiest people to apologize to be fair. And then she goes into hiding. Hayward is arrested by the FBI and others, led by Jimmy Woo.
Jimmy Woo made a phone call.
He did. Yeah, he made a phone call to Cliff.
Yeah.
So nothing comes of that. They just mentioned the name Cliff. So, there's that. And then Monica is told that somebody wants to talk to her in the theater. This is mid-credits, by the way. Like, credits have rolled. Mid-credits. Mm-hmm. Someone wants to talk to you. A sword agent reveals himself to be a Skrull, and a friend of her mother's wants to meet. It's obviously Samuel L. Jackson as Nick Fury. Yep. Because that's who it is. And then she's like, wants to meet up there or whatever. So she's going to space. Monica's going to space at some point.
Space. And
then more credits happen, and then there's a post-credits scene where Wanda is having a cup of tea in the mountains in a cabin, and then she goes into the cabin, and not really. She's actually in her Scarlet Witch thing, reading the Darkhold, and she hears her sons calling for help, and then like the book closes or whatever, and she like looks panicked, and that's it.
Yeah. So I think that's the stuff that's gonna be picked up in that Doctor Strange movie.
Yeah. Okay. I hate the thing that Marvel movies do where it's kind of like there's some good stuff in there. It ends terribly. And then the thing you actually wanted the whole time is a 2-minute scene at the very end after the credits. I hate it. And that's what this thing did.
Yeah.
This is no better than just like dumb MCU schlock. And it could have been more. That's why I don't like this episode, because it's not even trying to hide it. This one. This is like...
No, totally.
Yeah. I'm trying to think. I don't think any MCU movie ends in a way that I feel okay with. I think all of them are kind of like, Like maybe Infinity War / Endgame, because that's kind of just like a giant spectacle thing anyway. Yeah. But like the single movies, I don't know that any of them end in a way that I feel good about. But they always have an end credit scene that I'm like, oh, fuck.
Yeah.
Here we go.
I like that in Thor Ragnarok actually happens.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. I don't know. I'm not angry about it. I think this is the episode a lot of people are going to be like, brilliant. And this is the one episode where I'm just like, you're fucking high if you thought that this one was the brilliant one. But like, yeah, people will say it because this is what people want. They want the dumb MCU schlock, and that's what this is. So that's fine. I really would have preferred them try something interesting about her like actually losing her mind and not becoming the good guy in the end, basically, even though she did some horrible things to become the good guy at the end, like ruining Agatha's life forever. She never, like you said, didn't apologize to all the people she just held in. Like, there's a part in this where they're like, we saw your dreams, or we're like tortured by your dreams. It's like, that Jesus fuck.
That woman who's like leading the PTA meeting or whatever, who like comes to her, she's like, could you let my daughter leave her room?
Oh my God. Like, just horrible shit. But it's okay because she's a Scarlet Witch. Like, fuck off. Who cares? Oh, I'm so angry about shit like that. And more than anything, I'm just angry because I know a lot of people are going to be stoked about it. That's why I'm angry.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people were really mad at the first 3 episodes.
Those were
they hated it. Yeah, they were the good ones. They were the ones that like something was going on that wasn't just like fully out there realized yet, and there's like definitely little dark things going on.
That's where all the risks were taken in this show.
Yeah,
those early episodes.
For sure. And that's where all the dipshits that like watch MCU stuff were like, it only gets good in season or episode 5. Like, fucking morons. God, I hate people.
dumb standard stock Marvel movie.
Yeah. If this was like one long movie, I think it would have been kind of dope, like a 9-hour movie.
Yeah, I don't know. It's fine.
I just
I'm
don't
never
like
gonna
this.
watch.
I don't like.
I'm
this
never
end.
gonna watch it again. But I was already felt
Totally.
that way. But I knew we were just gonna get Witch versus Witch, Vision versus Vision this episode, and that's how it was gonna end.
So stupid. It's so fucking stupid. I do find it funny that they wrote Kat Dennings out. Not wrote, edited, like you said.
That was wild. They're just like, yeah, she left. It's like, wait, what? She just said, haha, you're going to jail, and then dipped. I never see her again.
That has to be a COVID thing, right? Like they couldn't get her back in to shoot, or like they didn't need to, so they didn't
don't know, dude.
Give her hazard pay or whatever they did.
It's something weird. Happened.
Weird, man. I don't know.
Footage.
And yeah, this is it did the thing where the stuff that I'm interested in is what they teased for next, and that just drives me crazy. It just bugs me. But there's interesting stuff coming then. It's
the thing I hadn't put together until afterwards is like that this movie basically introduces the Book of the Dead from Evil Dead, and that Doctor Strange movie is being directed by Sam Raimi.
That's pretty great, but people that watched Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., apparently it's been introduced a long time ago. The Darkhold has been in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Okay.
Which I also didn't know, by the way.
Yeah.
I saw somebody tweeting about it, and I was just like, oh, right, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. is a thing. So, I don't know. Maybe that's something like I'll check out at some point, because why not? I need something to watch. But
I've been watching
apparently
a 75
they did
episode of anime, so I'm like halfway
through. Okay. So, yeah, you've been busy. So that's fine.
Getting my TV muscles up and going again.
Yeah. They did nothing with Monica.
Nothing.
But I guess so. They did nothing with Monica. They did nothing with Vision. They did less than nothing with Kat Dennings, which, I mean, I'm in love with her, so I'm mad about that. They kind of did nothing with the kids, but I will say that their screams for help, you might get them as arms. There's still the possibility. Yeah. That could be a thing.
I mean, I really want a Young Avengers movie. The Young Avengers are great. And,
yeah.
Them, like the plot of that is like them realizing they're the Scarlet Witch's kids, because they're like not brothers, but then they meet and they're like, why are we twins? And why are you Quicksilver and I have magic powers?
They kind of did nothing with Agatha, honestly. She was kind of there to just like try to steal her powers and then be locked away in her mind forever.
You needed an evil witch. For the rule of twos. There are always two.
There must always be two, yeah. I think this is what I'm most frustrated about, is that there's so many things that they could have like built on, expanded on, done anything with, and they just didn't.
No.
They just didn't.
Nope.
I don't know what I was expecting. I guess like I was expecting them to do anything, and they kind of didn't. Like they delivered schlock that people are going to eat up and say that was amazing and then not think about. And while that's fine, I guess, they just left so many cool things on the table that will probably never be realized, frankly.
Well, I also just think that like in the world they planned this, Marvel movies were still coming out. So this was just another thing. Maybe. Whereas like there hasn't been a Marvel movie in over a year. So
maybe. Yeah.
There's like more. There was like way more pressure of stuff on it, I guess, in that way, of expectations. I don't know.
Yeah.
Like, this was never gonna be that ambitious of a thing.
Sure. Yeah. Yeah, I guess so.
I mean, I don't love it.
Then why bring up a bunch of cool, ambitious stuff?
Yeah.
Like, why even bother?
I don't know. They got to do some neat TV stuff, but
agreed.
It just devolved into dumb Marvel. They have a sickness, and that sickness is characters with the same powers fighting each other. It's a disease.
Yeah. I almost can't believe that it devolved into that. Like, I can't believe
It's the only way it can go. It's the curse.
You know what was
whoever
cool
made
about
the monkey's
comics?
paw wish about Marvel getting a lot of movies, they curled, and the downside was characters with the same powers only fight each other.
That's my favorite part of comic books, is seeing the literal same character fight their exact counterpart in every issue. That's literally the thing I go to comic books for. No imagination at all. That's what I love. I hate imagination. That's why I love comics. Dude, fuck Disney and fuck the MCU. They're ruining everything. They're ruining it all. I wanted them to open the door to mutant stuff like we were kind of assuming they could. They didn't do that at all.
Nope. I really think they fucked up with fucking Boner. They made a Boner.
They really did. Yeah.
That is an unforced boner.
You know what would have been better? Not explaining that. Like, who cared? Like, we didn't need that wrapped up. You could have left that open.
Even if, like, what you, in your head when you're making the show is that's what it was, like, leave it open, then you could make it something else later.
If you left it open, right now, the theory would be that he actually is Quicksilver, and they just, like, he happened to be living there when he was controlled, which is why he had the powers.
Yeah.
Like, you could do things with it, but instead they actually had to explain away that he not only isn't this person, he's actually just a dude named Ralph Boner.
Yeah.
White Vision leaves, man.
He just leaves.
He fucking leaves.
He just leaves.
It's almost like, I don't know, it's almost ballsy that they didn't do anything.
I don't know about that.
They had the Vision actually get his memories back. He fucking leaves.
Exit stage.
Nothing else.
Top.
Amazing.
I have to go now.
Jimmy,
my planet needs me.
He totally pulled that. Jimmy Woo did some, like, good trickery, though.
I mean, maybe
which he obviously learned.
Couldn't keep Paul Bettany on set. There's no explanation. There's no reason.
It's fucked up. I don't understand it at all. I don't know. Okay. Overall, let's do, like, a complete wrap up of the series.
Sure.
I think there was so many cool things that they introduced, so many cool ideas that never got, like, fully realized, that, like, I think that's why it's such a bummer to me, because there were so many. I remember doing these talks after, like, watching them and being so excited. Is like, can you believe that they might do this? And then it's like, oh yeah, no, they're not going to. That's why it's kind of a bummer. It's because, like, all the hope has been realized into nothingness. That's why I'm kind of, like, let down by it, because up until this point, it was very good. The first few episodes, extraordinarily fun, well-paced things where there's kind of, like, a weird darkness going on here that's slowly being revealed. Then when it gets revealed, that's a big thing, and then it's over. Yeah, I don't know. I guess that it was always going to be this, because they're not going to take any weird, like, they're not going to do any weird things in the show. And, like, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, they fucked up at a bunch of points, like fake Pietro. They didn't have to do the characters versus the characters, but overall, like, I don't know. I enjoyed watching it every week. I look forward to it every week. It's kind of That's kind of all I and I was pleased that this show made people think about comic books that are better than it. That's kind of all I look for from these movies sometimes. So
sure. There's a it was on TikTok, but it happened a long time ago. There was an interview Elizabeth Olsen did where she was asked, like, what do you want to see happen with your character or whatever? And she was like, well, I'm a big fan of Book of M, but there's no way they're going to ever do that sort of thing. And people were like, oh, shit, they're actually doing it. And unfortunately, I feel bad because it's like she was right. Like, she would... I wonder if, like, she got the scripts and was like, oh, my God, they might actually do something cool with my character. Oh, no, there it is. I leave. I just walk away. All right, well, here we go again, I guess.
Her character, like, leveled up into a new class.
Yeah, I don't...
How do you progressed?
How do you feel about the fact that she's literally Scarlet Witch now? Just straight up.
I wish she had brought back the accent. Because that's still like a noose around that character going forward. Other than that, it's cool. Like, I don't know. It was kind of dumb when she was just running around in a hoodie, throwing fireballs or whatever. It's the climax of this show.
Yeah. No, I prefer that. Because I don't like her costume. They didn't just go like stupid costume.
You're not wrong. Her costume kind of sucks.
You know who had a better costume in this? Agatha.
Yeah.
She had like a weird, just like witch getup.
Well, the thing is, her Scarlet Witch costume still has the problem of Marvel movie costumes where they're like,
yeah,
they're too embarrassed to actually make it cool.
Right. Yeah. Like they're trying to make it slick and modern or something. And it's like, comic book people don't want that. We want Wolverine in the yellow dumb suit. We don't want him in the cool, like, sexy cat suit. That's not Wolverine.
In a leather jacket.
Yeah, like, honestly, Wolverine's a bad example, but you get where I'm coming at. Because what we want Wolverine in is, like, a wife beater.
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't matter.
Mm-hmm. Sure.
But, like, I want the stupid red outfit. Yeah. I want, well, luckily Spider-Man, they've never really tried to make cool. They've just kind of fucked his suit up a few times in different movies. Yeah. But, like, they've never tried to, like, make him new and slick or anything. No. He's always kind of had the iconic look.
No, they just,
in some way.
The first Amazing Spider-Man, they just really fucked up his costume.
Yeah, really, really bad, for sure. I don't know. Okay, do you have anything else to add about this?
One small detail was just there's like when Wanda throws a car at Agatha, and then like she goes to like look under the house where Agatha was, like just Agatha's shoes are there, and that's like
the Wizard of Oz.
Yeah, it's a Wizard
callback.
of Oz reference. I just thought that was funny.
Yeah,
it's like
that was pretty funny. Also, it's pretty funny that she threw a car at her because she was just absorbing the magic.
Yeah.
It's like, well, that's great. Can you absorb a fucking car, bitch?
I would have loved if Agatha had just been dead.
She just murders her.
Yeah. She got, like, fucking plowed with a car. GG.
First 5 minutes.
And then, like, something else happens. I don't know.
I mean, she could have fought Vision.
Yeah, sure. You know what?
Vision.
Her fighting Vision would have been more interesting because it would have been two different power sets.
Yep. But that didn't happen.
Yeah.
Vision had to fight Vision.
That's true.
Or, like, run around and then have a conversation. I will say, the conversation is, like, that's just a great dumb way to end that fight. It's like,
It
let's
is.
just talk
I
about
actually do like that the fight with the Visions ends with them talking it out.
having a conversation. Yeah.
Yeah. Because, like,
Yeah, it's good.
They're an equal. The fight's not gonna fucking end. They're unstoppable super weapons. Like, there's no winner there anyway. I also would have loved if the show ended and they were just still fighting, because there's no they're just locked in eternal combat.
Oh, that would have been really good. Man, that would have been good. I'll tell you what I'm not going to miss. I'm not going to miss the fact that every Friday I had to not go on Twitter until Aaron came home so that we could watch it together, because people would stay up until 2 a.m. to watch a fucking episode, and they say shit like, oh my God, I can't believe that she was Agatha all along, or like, I can't believe this, or like, what the fuck is wrong with people? I understand. I had this conversation with somebody. I understand wanting to talk about it. Put it into like content of some sort. Why? What you're putting it into is a 10-word tweet that ruins everything for anybody who might actually see it. At least, like, we're doing a podcast. We talk about it. People can listen to it. There's artists that draw cool shit. There's people that do up like full blog posts about like things maybe you didn't know, or like things like from the comic that you might have missed in the episode. Like, put some fucking work into something if you want to talk about it so goddamn much, and stop ruining my life. God damn it. I'm so glad that
the one encounter I had with someone talking about WandaVision today was I was listening to a Magic podcast where like the two, Mark Rosewater had his boss on, like the head of Magic, and he was like, Aaron Forsyth, and he, like, the first thing he said was like, man, I'm so glad I'm on a podcast where I don't have to worry about WandaVision getting spoiled for me.
Oh man, yeah. As bad as it is for me, I'm sure there's people that like literally have people tweet at them the spoilers. So yeah, for sure. It could always be worse. For sure.
So
I'm excited because there's no way people are going to have this fervor with Winter Soldier and Falcon. Nobody's going to give a shit, dude. Falcon and Winter Soldier is going to just be like, hey, that was neat. Okay, what else is happening in the world? Maybe, at best.
I feel like Reddit will find a way, but...
Oh, yeah, Reddit always finds a way. I'm not talking about Reddit. I'm talking about the people I follow, or that I have on my timeline.
That's fair.
Yeah. Like Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. How the most they ever said is, that was a crazy episode, but they didn't ever say what happened because nobody gives a shit.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't think there's going to be reveals in that show.
Right.
Until, like, the end. There might be one or something.
Right. I think Loki might be a mess, though, when it comes to reveals and shit. That might be bad.
Again, like, the more magic's involved, the more, like, people get, like, excited, I feel like.
Yeah, I get it, too.
Yeah.
Because I'm not too excited to watch two soldiers just, like, fight people with their bare hands. Who gives a shit? We'll see. We'll see what happens.
Well, I'm not excited because of how Marvel movies film action, I'll say. When I was seeing like one of the last TV shows I watched was Gangs of London, and that had amazing fights. So if that had just been fighting the whole time, I would have been pretty happy.
Well, we know that there's going to be some other dude with wings that Falcon is going to chase around for a full episode, and the Winter Soldier and another dude are just going to punch each other's arms over and over. So, you know. Maybe that's why I'm not excited.
I just want Rocket Raccoon to show up and steal Bucky's arm.
That would legitimately be great. That would actually be wonderful.
And now Bucky doesn't have an arm anymore.
They don't have the balls to do that.
No, that would never happen.
Yeah.
So I was thinking about other comic book stuff, and I got reminded of a dumb moment when Hope and Scarlet Witch fought, Hope Summers, and so now my new thing I want in a Marvel movie, it doesn't have to be Hope Summers. I just need someone to like headbutt Wanda in the face and go no more nose. Which is a thing that happened in comic books.
I hope for all of our sake we get to see that happen. For sure. So stupid. God, I hope that happens. Yeah.
I don't know.
All right.
I have no faith in Marvel movies after they made an Ultron movie that had Thor in it, and Thor didn't go, Ultron, we would have words with thee, which would be the simplest line, and it was so fucking good in comics, and they couldn't even do that. So.
Or the fact that they made an Ultron movie and fucked up the basic idea of what makes Ultron cool. They just can't do things the way they're doing things their way, and sometimes that butts heads with the way I want them done. That's it. That's like really the thing that like sometimes I just don't agree with the way they pull a thing off, and it sucks because I want to love it all.
They have a formula that is successful and very popular, and people like it still, so.
Yeah. Overall,
just want more.
I also did. Yeah, overall, I did too. The ending doesn't ruin the whole journey for me. It just makes me realize that the journey wasn't ever going to go the way I wanted it to, I guess, and that's kind of the bummer overall.
That's fair. I like had that. I like came to terms with that a few episodes ago. Like when White Vision shows up, I'm just like, oh no. Oh no.
I think that was just the end of last episode, though.
Was it?
I know,
feels
right?
like forever ago.
I know. I thought the same. Okay. Well, thank you for going on this journey with me, and you listeners, thank you for hanging out as well. I'm sure we'll be back to talk about another series when it comes up, so stay tuned, and we'll see you then.
Yeah, I watched TV again, apparently. Peace.